Hello and welcome to Black Box Trading. I'm your host JT, and here on the channel we focus on Bitcoin fundamental and technical analysis. Welcome to the live stream brought to you by us and our trading bot. Let's get signed up with the Black Box Trading bot at blackbox.pro. Getting tongue-tied this evening. That is blkbox.pro. Buy the bottoms, sell the tops, and never miss a move again with Black Box. All right, we're going to talk about this whole situation right here. Bitcoin, it was so close. It was so close. It was a few dollars shy. Where did we close? Where did we close this week? Let's go over the weekly chart. We closed the week at 39,972 on the index chart. Really close to get that psychological 40, but it's pretty much 40. We have a beautiful, beautiful weekly chart here. Let's just kind of break things down. First of all, we're well above the resistance point. So going back, we've been talking about this resistance point between $36,000 and $38,000 for months now. We're well above that right now. And when we take a look at the candle structure, it's bullish, man. It is bullish. This is a very, very, very bullish weekly close that we just got. If we take a look here, let's grab our pen tool. We had 2 weeks prior where we had kind of these indecision candles. Where you have a small body and wicks on top, but the wicks on the bottom were large and in charge, these wicks. So it's showing that the bulls are always ready to pick up the supply when we head to the downside. So anytime we took a dip, bulls were there to pick it back up. That finally broke us through with a super bullish candle. It's basically all body and it's all green. And I'm very excited for the next week. I'm going to be very shocked if the next week isn't green, and if the week after that isn't green as well. Very bullish, very bullish. Now, structurally speaking, there is nothing in our way until we get up into the mid to upper 40s, in my opinion. We're looking at this kind of range over here based off of this kind of move where we rallied off of the 33K low up to the 48K high off of this bear market bounce here. We had a huge, move to the downside and finally had a mid-cycle reaction up to that 48K level. So that's a very significant level. And I think there's nothing holding us back. When you look at this previous structure, let's turn alphanumerics off for just a moment here, and you look at the structure prior, there's not much holding you back at all. It pretty much encountered resistance here. It encountered resistance here. It was held as support here. We were resistance here. But there's nothing until you get into this upper range. And so we've got clear skies above us. I feel like a weather reporter. But yeah, no, it's looking really good. Bitcoin is bullish. Bears in disbelief. Short sellers getting wrecked. Market in pandemonium. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right. Track with a beautiful breakout as well. We will get into the BRC20s, but we'll stick to the high cap stuff for now. Let's shift our focus over to Ethereum. So Ethereum finally got a breakout. Of its first kind of its first resistance level. So Ethereum here on the weekly chart, it's been struggling with this 2K level, this psychological 2K level for quite some time. And it's finally got above it with a weekly candle that has printed above it. So, as far as ETH is concerned, ETH is lagging Bitcoin, structurally speaking. So Ethereum does have one more obstacle in front of it before we can get really bullish on ETH. When you look at these kind of support and resistance levels, here's the bear market low, we were talking about that mid downtrend bounce that happened on Bitcoin, where it went from 33 to 48. On Ethereum, it's at 21 to 35, but it hasn't cleared this resistance yet. It's still working on the first one. Let me kind of show you what I mean there. Like Bitcoin's first one is here, and then we just cleared the second level of resistance here. So there's nothing in its way getting it up to that 48K level, whereas Ethereum still has overhead resistance before we can structurally take a stab at getting up to the kind of the $3,500 range on Ethereum. Ethereum's been kind of underperforming as far as altcoins are concerned. It's certainly been underperforming in Bitcoin terms. You can add Bitcoin to the chart here. BTC USD go year to date. Year to date, Bitcoin's up 141%. Ethereum's only up 83%. But these aren't really fair comparisons. We're comparing Bitcoin to a smart contract platform. The really interesting one that has grabbed my attention is Solana. Solana just looks stupendous. So, out of these three, Solana has had a hell of a fucking run. Huge, massive run. It's showing a lot of comparative strength, up 535% on the year. Bitcoin up 141% on the year, and Ethereum lagging at 83% on the year. So Ethereum's got some catching up to do for sure. But, we'll see what 2024 brings. 2024 is going to be a magnificent year for Bitcoin and crypto, I am sure. Do we want to take a look at traditional? Let's just take a quick peek at traditional here. We'll go over to the weekly chart. Getting ready to print a new high here on this, kind of a cup and handle formation. Not a new high, but a local high. Cup and handle formation here for the S&P. And if we break past that, we're looking at this target of 479 here on the spider. 479, break past that, we're blue sky breakout. There's all-time highs. You can impulse to any point beyond that point. Same sort of story here on the NASDAQ. New high printed on the NASDAQ, new local high, getting ready to create a new all-time high if we continue that trend. Quickly jumping over to gold here. All-time high on gold. All-time high on gold. So this is the highest price gold has ever been in existence. It's a beautiful thing. The market is bullish. Doesn't matter if you're looking at stocks. Doesn't matter if you're looking at commodities. Doesn't matter if you're looking at cryptocurrencies. Way bullish, baby. It's looking really, really good. Okay. Let's catch up with the chat real quick. Jazzle, let's fucking go. Yo, hi Blue. Hi Black Box. What's up? BTC so bullish. People in disbelief. What is going on? Old Fish Tank, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Ordinals too. Ordinals have just been obscene. They've been blowing up. So shout out to anybody who was inscribing in the early days. Shout out to all my bitmap inscribers. A lot of people were like, what the fuck is this guy got us doing? We're doing all this weird shit. We're writing on Satoshi's number.bitmap. This makes no sense. Now it's starting to make sense. So shout out to those, people who just blindly followed me on these weird science experiments. But yeah, it's a very, very bullish market indeed. On the topic of ordinals, let's just go ahead and take a look at Track. Track, magnificent trade. We're up about we're up over 1,000% on this Track trade. Originally told you guys about Track at around 35 cents. Some of you even made entries below my entries. We were talking about Track for months and months. A few of the people in the private group actually got in at, I think, like 18 cents. Some of you guys snagged 18 cents. Kudos. Very, very good. But for the rest of us that got 35 cents, we're still laughing because we're up over 1,000% on that trade. Hey, 10x in a bear market? What are you talking about? Ordinals, baby. Get into ordinals. Ordinals are going to be a massive, massive trend for the entire bull market. They're going to be huge in 2024. They're going to be even bigger in 2025. So do not fade ordinals at all. Meme's a meme. And with memes, you need meme season. And it's not quite meme season yet. There's still a lot of people trying to price in utility in the ordinal space, which is why Track has had such an incredible run. Let's take a look at Sats. Sats had a nice run as well. This is another one that I'm just obscenely up on. 2,200% so far from my entries on Sats. It wasn't even listed when I got in. but yeah, you know, we got this resistance, overhead resistance at, I don't even know how to say that price, a bunch of zeros, 25. Yeah, this one's a meme coin, but it's a meme coin with utility because you need sats to provide liquidity in the BRC swap protocol. So a lot of people, and that's still in closed beta. So when that thing goes public, I think this is really going to rock it up. And you know, getting anything above this level for sats, and no, I'm not talking about Bitcoin sats. It's a meme BRC20 token called sats. Anything above this level, which again is a bunch of zeros, 26, will be a continuation pattern for me. I think we'll be able to get into track before halving. Not financial advice, but I think track is going to be worth more than $4 in 2024. So yeah, if you're trying to like, I get this question a lot. It's like, oh, is it a good entry? Like, these things have such small market caps, and they're very illiquid. You're going to struggle to time it. So don't try to time it. You know, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm telling you to kind of take a position here, but don't try and time your position really. You know, we're bullish. It looks bullish. It just had a breakout. And I think it's going to be worth a lot more than $4 in 2024. So take that as you will. Mitigate risk through sizing. There are many ways that you can mitigate risk. You can use a stop loss. You can move. You can wait for the move to go up, and then you can take your initial deposit out. Or you can just pick a small size that represents a small fraction of your portfolio. And that's the position. You know, think longer term. Most of the money's made in the long-term cycles. You know, you can't time every like day to week to month. Like, you're in a crypto bull market. Enjoy the bull market. It lasts like a year. Up only season, Chris. We are in up only season. To the moon. Up only. There will be a dip eventually. Let's be real. There will be a dip eventually. But when will that happen? When will that happen? We don't know. We don't know. Okay. Bitcoin dominance. Now, this is an interesting one. So Ethereum, like we've said, has not been outperforming Bitcoin. There are outliers. Solana's been outperforming. There's some random ones like Injective Protocol has been outperforming. Rune has been outperforming. There have been outperformers in the market, but overall, we're not seeing true full-blown altcoin season. That happens when this trend breaks to the downside. As it stands right now, Bitcoin is still dominating the market, and the dominance is climbing. As Bitcoin dominance climbs, it's very hard for altcoins to outperform. So, you know, we just have to wait until this falls to the downside. And maybe it never does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You know, it's a very different market. I think the Bitcoin supply is a very interesting piece. But take a look, look at my watch list over here. I've got a bunch of altcoin pairs. All of them are in the red. All of them except one. Solana. I've been telling you, Solana. Solana's the outlier. I bashed Solana to shit through the bear market. I did not give a fuck about Solana in the bear market. I talked so much shit about Solana in the bear market. The facts have changed. Where are the facts? The facts are right here on the chart. You need to be objective and look at the charts and put your biases aside. Solana, out of all of the altcoins, there are other random ones, but out of the major, top 50 altcoins, Solana is a huge winner, and you need to pay attention to it because it is showing a lot of ability to outperform the market. All right. Okay, we'll take some requests. Go ahead and spam your tickers, folks. Don't need these anymore. go ahead and spam some tickers. When Nat Indexer. I don't know. It'll come. The NAT, the non-arbitrary token indexer, is coming. And when it does, there's going to be another trend that I predict coming to the market. And that trend is going to be block drops. Okay? If you haven't heard that term, you heard it here first. Block drops. Everybody's like, oh, we got to farm airdrops. I need to find airdrops. Airdrops are kind of a shitty token distribution model, in my opinion, because they're not giving tokens to people that really care about the project. They're just giving tokens to people who want to dump them. With block drops, you are being allocated tokens because you are a bitmap holder. This does a few things. It rewards the community that's in it for the tech, because nobody really thought that they were going to make money on bitmaps when they first came out. But more importantly, we're starting to see MEV bots come online. Now, for those who don't know that acronym, it stands for miner extractable value. And what it means is you'll have a miner that's looking at the mempool, and when they see activity that looks like high volume activity, they will look at the types of transactions and they will front run those transactions. So, for example, let's say you were going to mint a Bored Ape. I'm just going to use the example of a Bored Ape. You were going to mint a Bored Ape, and the whole market is minting Bored Apes. The miners will look at the mempool and they will see all of this specific activity, and they will be like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but everybody wants this. So because everybody wants this, I want it. And so I'm actually going to skip the line and put a higher fee, and I'm going to mint these things instead of you. And they steal your mint. It's called MEV, miner extractable value. Now, this is a big problem in Ethereum, and you can avoid this problem entirely if you issue new tokens on a bitmap standard. So, this is kind of wishful thinking for me because it brings a lot of utility to bitmaps. But if that does become a trend, you're going to see bitmaps just go through the fucking roof, because it's going to be a MEV resistant design for new token issuance. And in a bull market, getting new tokens out into the market is seen as a valuable thing. So we'll see. But anyways, we got a few requests here. Ape, CLSK stock, the best Bitcoin miner. So CLSK, Clean Spark. The miners are lagging, and I think that's because Wall Street in the cryptocurrency world is dumb money. There are smart institutional players out there, don't get me wrong. A lot of the funds, MicroStrategy and BlackRock, all of those guys, they get it and they're positioned for the upcoming bull run. But the rest of Wall Street is a bunch of people that don't get Bitcoin, and they're not going to hold on to shit that they don't understand. They're not going to have high conviction. So a lot of the miners are lagging, but the mining stocks are setting up, and they look really good on the higher time frame. So here, we're looking at it on the weekly. We've got a pretty clear line in the sand here, going all the way back to July of 2019. We're butt up against resistance right now. We are butt up against resistance. What's this candle? This is a weekly candle, 36% up on the week. If we start printing candles above $8.30, I'm going to call that a breakout. Watch the volume as well. If you get a pickup in volume, you already have a pickup in volume coming up into the resistance. You've got this cup and handle formation, forming this bottoming pattern right here. You just got to break out, consolidate, and boom, that will be like the beginning of up only for this, provided that the mining company is solid. You do need to take a fundamental consideration, more so than you do with cryptocurrency, with these types of stocks, because the funds can be mismanaged. The company can be mismanaged. The CEO can fuck things up and have bad earnings reports. And there's a lot of things that go into a mining company that aren't taken into consideration when you're buying a meme on the blockchain. It sounds ridiculous. Obviously the fundamentals are stronger with the equities, but degens are going to degen, and they're not going to degen into your mining stock. And traditional investors are easily scared if the company's not being managed properly. So do take that into consideration. All right. Ape? Really? Really? You want to look at Ape? Sure. Oof. Are you just showing me this so that I can see that there's still hopelessness out there? There's still bear market hopelessness? This is pathetic, honestly. Really, really pathetic. Yeah. Sorry, bald squirrel. Don't have a lot of good news for you on this one. That one green candle 2 weeks ago was an 18% move up, but you got to do comparative analysis, okay? So what does Ape do? And what are its competitors? Take all of its competitors. I don't even know. Like, it's not a metaverse token. It's a currency for the metaverse token. So I don't know how many of those are out there. If we compare it to metaverse tokens, let's actually just, let's flick this over to the daily. Let's turn it on an area chart. It's not a metaverse token, but we will compare it to Sand and Mana. And we'll go year to date. And it's the worst performer. It's the worst performer. It's actually down 60% on the year. It's down 60% on the year. Everything else is going up. Everything else is going up. Mana is up 10% on the year, and Sand is up 50% on the year. These are piss poor assets. It's not the time for metaverse. The only metaverse that's had any legs is Bitmaps, which are currently up 7,000%. We're like 70, 80x up on that one. Yeah, this is pretty shitty performance. It's down, man. It's still down. Okay, ICP. ICP, oof, fuck, this looks bad. Technically speaking, this looks horrendous. What are some other, we'll do some comparative analysis. I mean, these are all dead projects, but Stratum, no. Stacks, no, what is it? What are the, see, that's the thing. This idea, this node-based internet idea comes around a lot. And from a development point of view, it's a brilliant idea. Of course, you want a node-based internet where you don't need all of these coding languages to build all these applications. But it's been tried. It's been tried a million times. It's been tried a million times. And it doesn't work. It never works. Anyways, I don't know I don't know how to create a line of comparison here, but it's bad. Year to date, you're up. I guess we got to compare it to the index. So let's go Bitcoin. Compared to the index, it's up 16% compared to Bitcoin's 141%. Not great. I'm telling you guys, comparative analysis. Look at a sector. Whether it's metaverse, whether it's DeFi yield, privacy coins, layer one blockchains. Look at a category of assets and line them all up on the chart. Right now, this is the most appropriate time to do it, is right now, because we're entering the bull market. And as we enter the bull market, you need to see which ones are actually performing. And that's going to be your best measure. Great show as usual. Any thoughts on Polygon? Yes, I do have thoughts. We're going to do a show of comparative analysis. That seems to be the theme. So we'll start things off with Ethereum, okay? Ethereum, year to date on the daily chart. We're going to add Matic. We're also going to add near. And we're going to add AVAX. These are all EVM compatible layer 2 solutions for Ethereum. What's another layer 2 that we could add? Arbitrum and Optimism. Okay, so we've got a good data set here. We can see which ones are really outperforming. Avalanche, out of all the EVM layering solutions that I just discussed, Avalanche is the one that's up the most. It's had the largest rebound. So AVAX is in the lead, followed by Matic. No. Followed by Optimism. Followed by Ethereum. Followed by Near. Followed by Matic in second to last place. And is this Arbitrum? Which one's this? Arbitrum in last place. Arbitrum's an airdrop. So, well, that one has yet to perform. It doesn't really have a full year to date. So yeah, do comparative analysis, figure out your sector, line up all the competitors, and look at the one that's outperforming the most. Out of all of the Ethereum virtual machine compatible scaling solutions, Avalanche is going to be the winner. Total 2, total 3 DeFi. All look like SOSs out of Wyckoff schematic 2. Let's line them up. Total 2, total 3. Year to date. So Bitcoin has been running the show. It's most of the market cap for total, and it has shown that its performance has done well. Total 2 is lagging, and then total 3 is lagging behind that. So this is a perfect demonstration of altcoin rotation. You hear it all the time. You're like, well, the money goes into Bitcoin first, then it goes into Ethereum, then it goes into top 10, then it goes into the top 50, then it goes into to everything. This is perfectly demonstrating that. Where's the liquidity going? Bitcoin. Where will it go next? Into Ethereum. Where will it go after that? Everything else. This is a perfect demonstration. But you want to look at it as a Wyckoff, from a Wyckoff point of view, looking like a SOS. Absolutely. We've got the structure right here, the trading range. So we do have an SOS. The SOS is strongest on Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin's on an SOS. I think it's at a new level, and it's going to continue the trend. But certainly Ethereum is lining up. Total 2, to be more specific, is lining up for an SOS. Total 3 still rather range bound. So again, we haven't seen that full rotation. We haven't seen the market go completely degen. You don't have new liquidity. You don't have new dumb money coming in. So you're not going to have that outperformance just yet. FTM. Phantom. No. Yo no gusta. It's lagging. It's lagging, And I want to address something, okay? When assets are lagging, I hear it all the fucking time. This one hasn't popped yet. They'll say, oh, this one's lagging. This one hasn't popped yet. This one's gonna go next. Yes, the market can drag these assets up and it can delay a move, but the move is not going to be strong. This asset is showing weakness. There are better assets out there. Find them. How do you find them? Comparative analysis. So, the market will eventually cause a breakout and it'll be dragged up, but percentage points and structurally speaking, it will be lagging in structure, it will be lagging in strength, and it will simply be dragged up. It's not going to lead. You want to find market leaders. You want to find market strength. You're not going to find strength in a laggard. Period. End of story. So don't let people say, oh, this one hasn't popped yet, bro. This one's just getting ready to go. It's weak. It's not gonna pop. It's going to get dragged out of the fucking ground as a zombie coin. Don't much care for this one. Apologies. Fold. The fuck is fold? BitF. BitF? The fuck is BitF? Looks like we got to go digging. BitF. I don't know what BitF is. It's not showing up, Matt. Not seeing BitF. You're going to have to drop that one in the Discord for us so we can take a closer look. Fold. Manifold finance. Wow. On the Ethereum blockchain. Let's go over here to Max. Oof. When did it start? June 2021. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of not done jack shit, brother. Kind of hasn't done a goddamn thing. Maximal extractable opportunities. Ay. Okay. Fuck that. Fold. Let's look at it over here. Folder protocol. It's not folder protocol. Manifold finance. There we go. Yeah. This one's a pump and dump. It's showing characteristics of a pump and dump. You know, you had a pump in 2021. It fully fucking retraced. You got a pump at the all-time high of 2022. It fully fucking retraced. Yeah. It's certainly not showing you market alpha. Link's actually really good. Let's take a look at Link. Link looks fantastic, actually. It's definitely one that has market alpha. Beautiful accumulation. Look at this. It's textbook. This is textbook Wyckoff. It is so sexy. We even got a nice little spring here, too. It's just perfect. If you're studying the Wyckoff method, study this chart because it's textbook. It is a textbook chart. So where are we right now? We are on our sign of strength. Support/resistance flips. Let's go over to the weekly. It's still lagging other stuff, like it's no Solana. It's ahead of Ethereum, which is interesting. It's interesting that it's ahead of Ethereum. So it's better than Ethereum, shittier than Solana. Take that as you will. I'd be watching down here for a retrace. Now, when we look at Bitcoin, there's nothing I can look at on Bitcoin that makes me bearish. There's nothing I can look at on Bitcoin that makes me bearish. But we can't go up forever, and we will peak out, and we will consolidate. When that occurs, typically speaking, generally speaking, when Bitcoin does eventually correct, it will correct about 20, 25, 30%. When that occurs, it is going to be a 30 to 40 to 50% correction in alts. So for Chainlink, like let's say we take another little leg up here and then we retrace, 40, 50%, we could come back to the top of the range here. So I would be in a healthy market condition. I'd be looking around $10 to $12 to scoop some up. And I would also be looking at $10 even. I think $10 even is going to be a very big psychological level. So if you are looking to scoop up some Chainlink, I would actually set an alarm, set a price alert for $10 because if you do see $10 in Chainlink, I think that's going to be a very good buy. Currently at $15, 50% retracement, 30% retracement, we get you down there. But yeah, structurally speaking, this looks great. Fundamentally, Chainlink is important, especially as the industry scales. More people need to run Chainlink nodes. But yeah, no, it looks good. Looks good. It's LSDFi with MEV protection. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but the market doesn't give a shit. I hope I don't come across as too offensive. I just look at the chart. The charts are truth. The candles are truth. You can have the best project in the world, period. End of story. You can have the best, Jerry, the best project in the fucking world. If the market doesn't care, if the market doesn't price it up, if the market doesn't show you that there's demand, the project will die, and the best project that's ever existed will die. Sad but true. All right, what else? What else is in Ethereum world? I've been so distracted with ordinals, so distracted with ordinals that I'm not even looking at what's going on in the Ethereum world. Other than Rune, which isn't really exclusive to Ethereum, it's a cross-chain DEX, but Rune has been on an absolute tear. Rune's been doing really good. 786%. It's doing better than Solana. So those are two you definitely want to put on your short list. Solana and Rune. They're showing incredible strength. You're in the part of the market where you got to be buying quality shit. You got to buy quality. You got to buy strength. Just a forewarning, my camera may cut out. Just giving you guys a heads up. I am getting an overheating warning. If it overheats, it'll shut off. Just giving you a heads up. What is another one? Let's see how Hex is doing, just for shits and giggles. Speaking of garbage projects that trade to zero. Garbage projects that the world... this is a weird one, too, because the market loves Hex. A lot of people love Hex. But Richard Hart just fucking wrecked everybody. Wrecked fucking everybody. 99.49% down. Where are we today? Oh, we're only 98.96% down. And people are cheering too. They're like, fuck yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. We just rallied 600%. Yeah, it took you 600% to move 1%. 1% up in the greater picture. Yeah. I don't know if Richard Hart has the capacity to make it pump again, but the guy's a pretty good con man and he's a great cult leader. So who knows? Who knows? What is outperforming? What is outperforming? What is showing some strength? I don't think it's XRP, but a lot of people like XRP, so let's take a look at it. Yep. Still a downtrend. Maybe it's peaked. Maybe this is the all-time high for this cycle. It's already peaked. I mean, look at that. Yeah, we already peaked. That was the third cycle. Pretty damn good cycle for XRP. I'm just trolling. There will probably be an acceleration once we break this downtrend. There shouldn't be a cycle-to-cycle downtrend. I will point that out. You know, when you're looking at healthy stuff, you shouldn't have a downtrend, bull market to bull market. But hey, you know, people can dream. People can dream. Wouldn't be surprised if this one comes down. You know, if we do get a correction eventually, when Bitcoin corrects its 20 to 30%, the alts are going to do 30 to 50. We could see, you know, a 50% haircut, which would bring us back down to the lower end of this range here, giving us another opportunity to swoop up, break that downtrend, and then finally start to trend to the upside for once on XRP. I don't hold this one. Just a lot of people request it, so just letting you guys know. All right, what else we got? Memes. Any memes doing anything? Memes have not woken up yet. DeFi is pretty flat and boring except for STX. STX is doing really well. Why? Because Bitcoin is doing well. Bitcoin is doing well. It's not even that well. I mean, look at that. It's kind of pathetic. 115%. So DeFi is pretty flat. Render looks insane. Render. Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid run. Pretty solid run. 1,300% on render. Cup and handle broke out. Sign of strength. It's moving up. You'd be lucky to get a dip to 250. Currently at $4. Nothing really holding this one back. It's just going to keep rallying. You know, if we have a strong week for Bitcoin and that translates to a strong week for alts, render's just going to keep on ripping. Render looks good. Just broke out this consolidation right here. Kind of a sloppy ascending triangle. Sort of messy, but there. So broke out, and yeah, it's going to keep on going. It's going to keep on ripping. Breakout, continuation to at least in bullish conditions, it's going to rally to at least $5. Psychological level too, $5. All right, I think that's it. So to summarize, Bitcoin is above 40K. I think Bitcoin is going to continue to rally. This was an extremely bullish close for Bitcoin. Just this, structurally speaking, just magnificent. I'd be shocked if we came down and tested, anywhere around the 38K level. It's not impossible, but given this momentum and the pent up energy of the previous consolidation, it's just going to rip to 46, 47, 48K, in my opinion. It's looking very healthy. Ethereum finally had a breakout, so we'll see how it handles that, if it can meander its way to the next resistance point at 2,500. And gold's at an all-time high. Market's looking good. Market's looking solid. If you have been sidelined, I am sorry. You shouldn't be sidelined. You should be with us in the private Discord group. Go to Blackbox, blkbox.pro. How do I get the promo up on the screen here? Oh, it doesn't want to play. Doesn't want to play. All right, well, go to blkbox.pro. That is blackbox.pro. Email, password, and we will give you next steps so that you never miss these moves. If you've been sidelined, what the fuck? Blackbox had you in position at 18K. It had you positioned at 18K. So go ahead and check that out. You don't need to use it fully, but use it as a measure of success. If you can't beat Blackbox, you're a shitty trader. Blackbox is a very good trader. If you can't beat it, then, just submit to it. Let it trade for you, because it does a very good job. Up over, in the previous cycle, it did 2,100%. That's 1,900% on top of BTC. So it outperformed Bitcoin by about a 10x. We expect the same this cycle, maybe even more, because I think this cycle is going to be larger than the last cycle. A lot of people say Bitcoin's in this trend of diminishing returns. I personally think that that's going to be the last time that this happens. We're going to increase and go into hyper Bitcoinization, super cycle, all the meme bullshit, but it's going to be a bigger cycle. That is all the time I have for today. Thank you all for joining into the stream. Don't forget to check out the links. We will see you in the private Discord group. There is also a free side. Come on down, say hi, share your projects. There was a few projects that I couldn't find the tickers to, so leave them in the Discord. You can also leave comments, but I'm much more active. The community is much more active on the Discord. So go ahead and check all that out. Don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.